I was in the restroom. Out of nowhere, it felt like my left side disappeared. I face planted into the wall in front of me. Somehow, I kicked myself into the walk-in shower that we have in that restroom. I tried doing a push-up, like picking myself up. I did that 3 times. On the 3rd time, it felt like I was getting really, really sleepy, and my eyes just started closing. And it felt like they're closing like forever. They feel like they're closing forever.
I was having breakfast, and all of a sudden, I don't know, my wife told me that I was chewing funny.
His face kind of went down, and he just looked funny, and I knew something was wrong. And then he just went down, but I helped him go down slowly on the floor, and then we called the ambulance.
I felt my foot kick the door stopper, that spring door stopper that we have, and I don't know what came over my head. All I just thought was, you gotta kick that thing to make noise, no one can hear you. And throughout the whole process, I was trying to speak, I was trying to yell, but apparently I wasn't yelling at all. Eventually, my brother, who sleeps right next to the restroom, heard me, knocked on the door, and as soon as he heard me respond, he opened it, found me there on the floor, called my parents there, and they found me there, and they're asking me what happened. I had no idea what was going on. I suffered my stroke on August 2nd of 2017. I was 20.
And this is all I remember until I heard the ambulance come.
And they asked me which hospital I wanted to go, and I didn't really know. I was so nervous. But then my neighbor knows the hospital, and she said, you should go to Valley Baptist. So I said, okay.
I came here, luckily. They got me to be able to sit here now.
That's right.
I think the basic thing to understand is that Valley Baptist is always going to try to develop service lines that offer care so that our folks from the Rio Grande Valley never have to leave the valley to receive world-class care. And our comprehensive stroke journey is a prime example of one of the outcomes of those type initiatives. It was a long journey. We started 7 years ago with Dr. Parada, all the way to where we currently sit today as a certified, designated comprehensive stroke center. The first one, I might say, in the Rio Grande Valley, and I'm incredibly proud to be able to say that.
Valley Baptist Neuroscience Institute is the first comprehensive stroke center certified in the Rio Grande Valley, south of San Antonio and Houston. We have been taking care of patients from Laredo to Corpus and everything in between, and offering them cutting-edge care. What makes Valley Baptist Neuroscience Institute one of the premier comprehensive stroke centers in South Texas is our cutting-edge research. Expanding the time window from 6 hours to 24 hours is probably the biggest thing to happen in stroke research in the last 20 years, and Valley Baptist Neuroscience Institute was one of those sites.
Part of what makes this such a successful comprehensive stroke center is that every member of our team really owns their role in providing care to these patients. We're continuing to meet and see how we can continue to raise the bar to provide even higher level of care to these patients.
Getting the patient to the hospital in a timely manner with the proper notifications does help in our patients that are suffering strokes. Once our patients are on board the ambulance, then we can give the medical facility, we can give Valley Baptist a detailed medical report of what's going on. And then again, the ER team, the physicians and the nurses can make that decision what they need to do upon arrival of that patient to the facility.
Here at Valley Baptist, when a patient comes in through the emergency department, I myself will respond to the stroke codes to make sure that we are taking care of these patients efficiently. So after a patient receives care in the emergency room, then they're taken up to our neuro ICU and taken care of by our specially trained neuro ICU nurses.
After that, they move to a stroke unit, where again, the stroke workup is completed. We're trying to find the causes of your stroke so that you don't have another one. After that, depending on your disabilities or if you fully recovered, rehab, physical therapy, speech therapy, occupational therapy will all typically screen you and then recommend discharge either to outpatient services, inpatient rehab, or home.
Our patients, when they come onto the unit, they come for physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy, as well as nursing care. And since I'm a physical therapist, I provide an integral role in getting them back to the community and back home. I've had so many patients, it takes 2 people on their first day to sit them up on the edge of the bed, and they can barely tolerate that. And then we see them for 4, 5, 6 weeks, and we get them walking, and just to see the family, you know, they light up and they take videos and they send videos of their family and they put it on Facebook, and that's the best part of my job, is seeing those patients progress and getting them back to a life that they didn't think they could ever have.
Now, almost 2 years later, I see videos back how I used to be, and I'm so much better than I used to be. I couldn't even move. I couldn't move my left side at all. I could barely sit up, and I was so weak. But now I get to go to therapy. I get to use special equipment that not a lot of people get to use. Looking back, it's so much better.
I only had a little weakness in my left hand, and this therapist came and she was fantastic.
Yes.
And this hand now, I can bend and do whatever I want with it, so I can't complain. I'm ready to play golf.
No.
I'm here to tell the world that we have a world-class team at Valley Baptist as it relates to stroke care. This is our community. I think our organization takes that mentality. We have an obligation to serve our community in the best manner possible. We are going to treat our patients as if they're members of our family that we love. It's our opportunity to make a positive difference in people's lives. By doing so, we're going to fulfill the obligation that we have to do it in the best manner possible.
Having a comprehensive stroke center in our community is extremely important in that it saves lives and it saves brain matter. And when you look at it, the outcomes of some of these patients that have these type of strokes is incredible. You see some of these patients just returning back to almost a normal life, and that's really important for all of us that live here.
It really is the improvement in patient outcomes and the function of these patients, whether they are ex-Olympic gold medalists or firefighters or physicians or electricians or plumbers. We've treated all of them, and the fact that they can go back to work is what gets me up at 2 a.m. to treat a stroke.
Well, it feels good because we're so far away from home that I was kind of scared it was going to be a lot worse than it was. But it turned out that it came out pretty good.
Very good.
Yes, pretty good.
I love you.
I love you too.
And I want to thank everybody at this
Yes.
hospital for what they
They
did.
were all terrific. Number one. Yes.
I could not have asked better.
At Valley Baptist, a community built on care is built on the way we listen, the way we treat. Because we know that healing is more than medicine. It's the way we care for others. We monitor numbers, but never treat him like one. With the highest respect for technology, we add compassion and encouragement, which may be the best medicine of all.